Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, a channel dedicated to uplifting and enhancing your spiritual well-being. Namaste. Let's jump into it today. Today's video is entitled Velvet and Voltage. You can just tell by the title, that the astrology is really intense, but yet there's a softness. So let me just pull my notes and talk about the astrology for today. All right, so I'm not going to go into particular aspects. I'm just going to tell you what it's going to feel like today. So the moon's effect is going to be people are sensitive to the subtext, not necessarily the overt words or text message. It's the subtext, the subtitles, what's kind of underneath the intention. Venus's influence today is going to be, of course, comfort and beauty, but we're going to focus on home rituals, particularly self-care, because self-care is healthcare, and I'm all about helping you enhance your spiritual well-being, and part of that is taking care of our physical being. Mars's influence today is going to be all about action, and I'm seeing like a set, ready, lights, camera, action, but instead of being bam in your face, it's going to be just a quiet determination. The issue today is going to be Mercury, and Mercury's presence is going to result in possible miscommunications. So that subtext, if you're going to send a text message or speak to somebody directly, be very clear, be as concise as possible. Don't overspeak, but just be clear. I mean, say what you truly mean. Don't be vague. This is not a day to be vague. All right, is there anything else I want to say about that? No. So your cosmic omen for today is if something is resurfacing, because now Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius. If something is resurfacing, such as a person, a recurring dream, a situation, a memory, if something's resurfacing, it's going to beg the question, is this unfinished? Or is it just familiar? Are you revisiting because it's familiar? Or is there something unfinished that needs to get closure? So that's your cosmic omen. Stop for a second if you encounter that. Revisit that. Reanalyze that. And determine whether or not it's just a revisit because it's familiar, or is it coming back around because it needs to be dealt with once and for all. All right, let's get into our setting our frequency for this reading. I'm going to pull from the Buddha Doodles. This is just a really positive way to start our reading, kind of set the frequency. It's cute, it's laughing, uplifting, lovable little cartoons, and I love this. I just love the energy of these little messages. So let's see what comes through. And then instead of a mindful moment, I'm going to pull an empowerment card from the empowerment deck. And then I'll pull some tarot from the Light Seers Tarot. And then I'm going to pull sacred self-care to give us a focus on our self-care as healthcare and taking care of our mind, body, and spirit. And then for those who want to raise their vibration through organization, I'll pull a little organizational goal for us to focus on today. Okay, way too many. We're not taking those. I'm telling you, in the last few readings, the cards have come out in bunches. It's just the energy because it's so thick. It's so dense. Stay curious. Third day in a row, folks. Third day in a row. Stay curious. Something about those aspects that are triggering that card. Stay curious. And that's the curiosity that, curiosity killed the cat. No, this curious is good. Because when you ask, why is this coming back around? Then you open the opportunity to find resolution. Okay, so curiosity, and I think we've seen this now 3 or 4 days in a row. Every time, and I shuffle. And I use this card in other readings too, so this deck of cards. So it's definitely guidance. Okay, let's see what comes out in the empowerment cards. See what messages we need to combine today with our uplifting message. If you're going to rise, you might as well shine. Rising in the form of ascension and light being, this to me just feels so appropriate. We are rising. You will find that you are elevating. So why not just shine? You know, be your authentic best self. Inhale confidence and exhale doubt. Now, I think we had in yesterday's reading something about a swing between a surge between self-confidence and doubt. So this is kind of lingering energy. But in order to deal with that, inhale confidence, exhale doubt. All right, let's pull from the Light Seers Tarot. See what comes through as a message for specifics. I see the Judgment card. We saw that card yesterday as well. And I have shuffled this deck. I pre-shuffle. I shuffle after a reading. I shuffle before a reading. And then I shuffle on camera for you. It's not shuffling very well, though. I did see the Chariot. That card didn't come out in yesterday's reading, but it came out in the energy of wanting to move forward. Challenge position, the Eight of Cups. Could be questioning. This is that curious. Maybe you're questioning a belief system. Maybe you're questioning, is this person... Oh, Four of Pentacles. There's some resistance. Maybe fear-based. You might be questioning something you feel you may be afraid of. Maybe there's an intuitive feeling that this just doesn't feel solid. Two of Pentacles, struggling and juggling with something. Okay, so this is definitely reflective of the energies in the astrology. And I feel like we're struggling to achieve balance. There's a Six of Cups. Because I was going to say, here's the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, which is Six of Pentacles. Which for me, Six of Pentacles is that equilibrium. It's a flowing energy. There's stability and balance. Somebody's seeking balance, but they're still struggling with something. And there's a fear-based energy about acknowledging it, dealing with it. It's been suppressed. So whatever this is coming through, it could be a spiritual memory. It could be something to do with a belief system. It could be something from your past, because here we have the Six of Cups. So we have six on each side. This is also balance. So I feel like this is trying to come into the Six of Pentacles energy, but there's something still that's unresolved. That's why it needs to resurface, and that's why the Six of Cups card is here, because it's going to be a revisit. This is a nostalgia card, but it's also a card of something coming back from the past in order to be dealt with. And it feels like you can't rise and shine on your ascension journey until you deal with this. So it's pretty important. The Lovers, another six card. So we have two sixes overtly on the table and an implied six. So the Lovers card, that's Gemini energy. That's with Mercury. That could be the miscommunication, but it's also about connection. So this could be something that's coming back from a past relationship. It feels like a karmic that needs to be dealt with in order to be able to move forward. Let's see if we can find out what that is. Seven of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Okay, I think you were waiting on something. You thought something was going to grow and it didn't. I feel like you thought that this person was going to be your life partner and they ended up breaking your heart and you just can't get on it. There might be another relationship that you're wanting to move forward in, but there's that fear-based energy. There's trust issues here. There's trust issues. This is the, I'm hearing velocity and volatile. I guess that's what the velvet and voltage is. But I'm also getting velocity and volatile. Page of Pentacles. There is that text message that's coming through that somebody miscommunicates. They misinterpret. So therefore, if you're going to send a text message, don't leave anything vague, or, I mean, be as transparent as possible. This is not a day to be opaque. Be as transparent as possible and be as concise and as clear. Text with clarity today. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. This is that movement. We're ready to move forward. We want to take that action energy. That's kind of this Mars influence in the astrology right now. We feel like we need to deal with this, but it's coming around for a reason. And it's time to really deal with it. It's time to say, look, I need to, resolve this. It could be a conversation. It could be a text message that you need to send. Remember, this is a general read. The energies can be the other way around. So somebody may send you a text message and you may misinterpret it because you're sensitive to the subtext. So think about that. All right, Eight of Wands. Let's see. All right, let's get into our self-care card. Now, self-care is healthcare, and self-care creates a little dopamine drop So dopamine will help you engage. Dopamine to me is that Mars energy. It's that action energy. It's a feel-good energy, but it also gives you some momentum. It gives you that motivation, and it supports you in trying to do, those things that just kind of keep nagging at you. So while you're doing self-care, your brain is releasing that dopamine. So right after you do your self-care routine, it's a great time to tackle something that's kind of been bothering you around your house. And so that's where we're going to pull a raise your vibration through organization. So that's going to give us just a focus for today to help us move forward in creating a space in our, that supports our nervous system, and it's our sanctuary space. Read. Hey, that's a 42 card. 42. Read. There might be some information that you need to know. Read that text carefully, okay? Read that text carefully, but also read up on it. Maybe there's a self-help book out there about somebody through the same situation as you, or there might be some information that will be helpful to you as far as, expressing yourself clearly and, concisely. All right. Burning bowl ritual. So once you have resolved this situation, go ahead and summarize what happens today and then put it in a burning bowl. And then you can literally, officially get closure. So that could be one of our self-care routines today. And let me tell you, there's nothing that feels better than releasing something through a burning bowl, especially if it's been a heavy weight you've been carrying for a while. But also clear your energetic field. So once this is kind of done, and you have resolved it and you're moving on. Now, there may not be a resolution as far as what your outcome that you desired is. It doesn't come to pass, but you get resolution in the fact that this is never going to work. That person is never going to apologize to you. They're going to gaslight you. They're a narcissist, whatever. You finally get that closure today, and it's probably that intuitive truth that's been kind of nagging at us all week. But once you do, go ahead and cleanse your energetic field. I like to smudge, and then I take a bath in salt water to just kind of clear. You can take a shower with the intention that the water is washing it away. After your burning bowl ceremony, that's another supportive ritual to do just to get that exhale. All right, let's do our raise your vibration through organization. And then I will leave you in peace to go on about your beautiful day with hope and happiness. All right. I saw clean junk drawer. I hope that's not our card for today because I really don't want to. I just saw mine this morning. And that's not something I really want to do, but if it comes out, I'm gonna listen to the energy. Okay, let's see. I just have a feeling it's restacking itself in there. Now it's nagging at me. It's like, now I need to clean it. Okay, we're not going to take all those. I'm going to take the one that's face up. Ooh, I love this one. Organize to Utilize, that is a playlist on my channel, The Organizer Advisor, where we organize the items in our home. We create a dedicated space. We gather everything together. We go through it. We clean it. We organize. We purge what we don't want. And then we put things in this dedicated space so that it encourages us to put them away. And we have access to the items when we need them so we can use them when we want to. All right. So today's items are pet paraphernalia. Now, if you have a lot of pets like I do, this might be a lot to do in a day. So break it down into a couple of smaller steps. But if you are like a solo pet person, you have a cat, a bird, a bearded dragon, a snake, a tortoise, or fish, or whatever. Today is a great day to gather the pet paraphernalia. I have dogs, so it's dog dishes, leashes, bedding, toys, coats, clothing, anything related to my dog. Don't forget your pet meds. Check those expiry dates and make sure that if you need refills, call ahead. But, just bathing things, grooming things, whatever you have for your pets, go ahead and gather that today. Get it all in one dedicated space and go through it. There's some things I know that my little Frenchie has outgrown, so she is going to, I've got a couple of harnesses that somebody else could use. So I'm going to purge those. I'm actually selling a couple of my pet items online, so I can then, give somebody else the opportunity, but I can sell them for $1. But this enhances your pet care, and pets are a great addition to our lives and our nervous system. When they're clean, they can be odor free. They're healthier for your pet when the items are clean, like their bedding, their dog dishes, cat dishes, pet dishes. I have birds, I have chickens. So, pet day for me is a big day. Usually Saturdays are my pet days, but But just go ahead and do some getting your pet paraphernalia. Now, I do have another card in here for documents, which is pet documents, pet paperwork. You don't have to do that today if you don't want. We'll get to it another time. But as long as you're working, if you want to, go ahead and gather, you know, your vaccine records or health records, veterinary records, whatever you need. Another benefit of this is it deepens your relationship with your pet, because while you're going through your pet things, you could be cuddling your pet, you know, spending that bonding time. And pets are so healthy for our nervous system. Like I said, health benefits for both. Your pet is healthier and safer, because if you have like toys, or you know, let's say for example you have a bird and the dish is cracked and it's a glass dish, the bird could get injured, and birds bleed out very, very quickly. So you don't want your animal to get hurt, so you want to check all of their items to make sure they're safe. Toys, make sure that the toys are not broken, that they don't have sharp edges. The squeakers, you know, dogs can ingest those little squeakers and they get an intestinal blockage, and that's a hell of a surgery, plus it's life-threatening. Make sure that their toys don't have little plastic eyes, just like kids. I have all of this on my YouTube channel. I do have it under Organized to Utilize Pet Paraphernalia, and I show you how to take care of all this stuff. But anyway, that's our focus for today. So if you get an opportunity, I hope you have a wonderful day. Until the next time I see you again, my beautiful friends. Namaste.